Hey guys, thanks for checking out the podcast. Before we get started, I want to remind you about the very cool bucket list trip I am doing in 2026, the Smitty Learns Irish podcast, where I'm going to do my bucket list, hike Ireland for a year, learn about Irish history, town by town, through the mouths of the pub owners and regulars. Because what's a better way to learn about something you love than to experience it yourself? Patreon.com/we3smiths, only $3 a month, and thanks for checking it out. Everything. And yes, a happy what the hell everything for, what is it, the week of November 9th, 2021. Recording date, November 9th. Wait, what did I say? Ah, shit. Week of 11/8. Recording date, 11/9. Not that you needed to know that, but hey, I just feel like I'm going to tell you. You need to know when this is recorded. It's so weird switching from fucking radio to podcasts, you know, because what is radio for 15 years, and it just gets beat into your fucking brain that, you know, time and weather. I tell this story every once in a while. It's pretty fucking funny, man. I'm trying to figure out, should I use names in this story? I don't want to use names, but I'm not going to use names. When I was doing the morning show, afternoon show, and morning show, I had a boss who was also the boss of Howard Stern. And the boss was featured in the movie Private Parts as two people when in the scene where, or the segment in Private Parts where Howard Stern is in Detroit. And my boss, who was Howard Stern's boss, was split into two characters for the movie. There was the PD side, at least I think this is how this went. There was the PD side that was fucking behind the scenes, the boss, and then there was the smarmy night jock that Howard Stern was following. He was the asshole jock. And I maybe could see that character being portrayed like that based on real life. Maybe, even though I like that guy. But again, I don't want to use his name. But when in Private Parts, when Howard Stern was told by his boss, you need to say the time and temperature 3 times an hour, whatever it was, 2 times an hour, and you're like, that's absurd. That would never ever. Why would you do that? Like, people not in radio would be like, that's not real. Time and temperature. That same guy told me time and temperature doing the morning show 4 times, Smitty, 4 times an hour. You want to do time and temperature. So when I say that shit is fucking burned into your brain, it's so hard to, like, forget those habits. Now, I'm not taking a shit necessarily on radio. I can do that all day. But in this particular instance, you know, there's a benefit to the forward momentum and keeping it brief. I get that. But it gets beat into your fucking head way too much. But shedding that fucking mindset is really hard to do. It's taken a long time. So when I say, anyway, just the recording date 11/9, I don't know. Again, when I label these podcasts, I don't have episode numbers, so it's just week of the date. Long Smitty way back around to that fucking story. My legs are sore. I did a smoker of a fucking 90-minute workout today. And I'm not going to lie when I say, you know, I joke about it. I joke about it, but it's a real thing, that I work out high as fuck. And I have the best workouts, the most productive workouts when I'm super high. It just is. It's a thing. I'm like, oh, well, that's weird. And a lot of weed smokers that I've talked to are very surprised, or at least people that smoke weed once in a while. Or smoke and don't exercise. They're like, really? Wow, it does that for you? Yeah. But I've discovered that it's like this new thing that people are discovering, like myself. I was, what was it? Tim sent me a article. I can't remember the guy's name. I ended up tweeting the guy, which, by the way, at Hungover Smitty on Twitter. I just tweeted the guy the Weednesday Workouts that I do. Weedday Workouts, or did the one episode, and I made it I made a condensed clip, put it on YouTube, and I said, look, if this fucking podcast, if this, I made it free on Patreon, the Weednesday Workouts. I did one episode. I said, look, I think this is fucking fun, but it's a pain in the ass. But if it gets me 10 subscribers, I will do another one, at least one more. You know, it was really fucking fun to kind of, other than the hassle and rigmarole, it was really fun to put together and see the end result. It was just fucking fun, man. That's why I like doing this shit. So yeah, I tweeted that guy. The podcast, the Weednesday Workouts, I'm trying to fucking exploit these angles, man. When I say exploit, only exploit to the acceptable levels. There's acceptable levels of exploitation, and it's all exploiting myself, by the way. But it's a growing thing, these weed workouts. And man, I just went 90 minutes today. And when I say it's a growing thing, this article for Esquire, Runner's World, I saw an article from. That guy that I tweeted wrote a book. I'm thinking about getting him on the podcast if he would be so kind. You never know, man. Some people are like, oh, God, that podcast is just, what is that called? What the hell? Everything? Oh, God, it sounds offensive and awful and horrible. And shout out to the podcast sponsors, Fat Chicks BBQ in Atlanta, the bustling metropolis of Atlanta, Michigan. Fat Chicks BBQ, they are legit. And I do want to mention, they are starting to do breakfast in a really the only way that Fat Chicks BBQ can. To some of the things, imagine... Knock it off! I hope that was the cat, not a ghost. What was I talking about? Oh, Fat Chicks BBQ in Atlanta. I was just talking to Heather, and slow season is upon us, so their hours are reduced. I don't know if they're in winter hours yet. You want to check their website. You want to check their Facebook page. They're in winter hours right now, and that just means you got to really take the opportunities when they're open to hit them up. You know, it's one of those, support these local mom and pops, especially if they're putting out great food, especially if they have something special like Fat Chicks BBQ. It is destination barbecue you want to make the drive for. So when you get these mom and pops that have something special, and when I say mom and pops, it's cousins. It's Heather and Tim. They're cousins. It's not mom and pops, but you get what I'm talking about. It's worth it. Their breakfast is Fat Chicks. The breakfast special the other day is a Greek chick breakfast bowl, which is diced taters, brisket, eggs, tzatziki sauce, and feta for $8. Okay, so that was a couple days ago breakfast that at Fat Chicks. So that's what I'm talking about. It's just like some things hit different, you know. You just go to places where they have a way with flavors and pairings and things like that, and they just have a way. And these guys have a way. Fat Chicks BBQ in Atlanta. I couldn't be more happy that they're on board with the podcast. I will be talking to those guys very soon. I'm actually going to be swinging over there. Oh, my God. The 26th, which is Black Friday. I'm going to be hitting up Fat Chicks BBQ before I go to Atlanta. No, wait. They're in Atlanta. Before I go to Alpena. Alpena, Michigan. Just, I think about a half an hour down the road from there. I'll be going there. First time, well, I went there in March of last year when I was contemplating the rest of my life. But I love to go to Alpena. And I get asked every year to do the Boland's Jewelry Holiday Parade. Boland's Jewelry in Alpena. They put this parade on, holiday parade every year. And I get to be a judge. And it's super cool. And they asked me to do it again, even though I'm not on the radio anymore. And it was cool because, you know, the radio station has their tower for the town of Alpena on the roof of Boland's Jewelry. So it was always a professional relationship, or at least that's how it started, until I kind of became a fixture on it, or in that judge's booth for the holiday parade. So it was really freaking cool. Did I just censor myself for Wayne at Boland's Jewelry because they used to be a radio sponsor? Fuck yeah, Wayne. I am really excited. Really awesome that they asked me to do it again, and so I'll be hitting Fat Chicks maybe twice. Who knows? I don't know how late they're open, Fat Chicks. I don't think they're in winter hours right now. But I'll be hitting Fat Chicks, and then I'll be hitting the Boland's Jewelry Holiday Parade in Alpena, and including probably my favorite spot to stop for drinks. Right when I get into town, I always like to go to Latitudes. Just a fucking cool vibe bar. If you've never been there, it's like a sailor vibe, but it's really low key, like low wood walls. The bathrooms are like this big. I mean, they're the ones you gotta like do one of these things to pee, and there's no stall door, but it's just an awesome little bar, man, with so much cool vibe. Usually great beer and great craft beer and everything. So I like to go there. I like to go to Austin Brothers. There's a new brewery in Alpena that I want to hit up that I didn't get a chance to hit up yet, but I've heard good things. So yeah, man, going there. Looking forward to that. I think I may, but it's a growing thing, the running whilst high, which I'm sure the Reefer Madness crowd would just be mortified to find out that you can actually exercise, because I think that's the opinion I had of weed for the longest time. It's just fucking lazy stoners, you know, fucking more or less, you know, just lazy, do dumb things, you know, which I do dumb things. I don't, you know, weed doesn't exacerbate that necessarily. It's just a thing. It's just it just is. But goddamn, the benefits of the high workout cannot be understated. A solid 90 minutes. Back to that. Solid 90 minutes. Did some circuit training, did the speed bag a little bit, did some upper body, and I'm starting to increase that and incorporate that into my workouts every day. I'm up in my game, so to speak. It's weird, I'm not going to lie. It's been a struggle sometimes to do, for me, these podcast thing, and trying to just get over some brain issues that I have, you know, blockages, and forget what I'm talking about in the middle of things. Happens all the time, you know, and it's been like that my whole life. And here's a good illustration of that, because here's how I'm sure people would say, oh, it's the weed, that's why you forget things. And here's a good example of why it's not. This goes back to when I was a kid. I was in middle school at Kalkaska Middle School. And I was fucking smart kid, man. I was in all the gifted classes, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And actually took part in this, like, trivia competition. And it was like this buzz seat or something, where you sat on this fucking, like, electrified chair. It didn't shock you. That'd be some hilarious fucking torture fucking device. Get it wrong, like in Ghostbusters, shock these fucking kids. Wrong. But no, you would jump up from your seat and it would register, and that's how you would, the buzzer would go. It'd be like hitting a buzzer in Jeopardy, except you jump up and it fucking buzzes and your turn to answer. And that's essentially what the game was. And man, in fucking like in like the school, the classroom version of it, there was, you know, kind of I smoked it in training, is what I'm saying. I fucking was next level. Then it's like what happens to like Rick Ankiel, you know? Then you get into like some competition, and you're like, I know this shit. And I remember it was about fucking quoting the Declaration of Independence, I'm pretty sure. There was a couple different ones. And I had that shit, man, fucking memorized. I was money. I was fucking, I'm like, I got this shit. And I can't even remember thankfully, because it was still horrifying me, I'm sure. Fucking question came up, and I fucking jumped up and just stuttering Smitty, brain just goes crash, bang, crash. And you're like, oh my God. And I totally... Oh, wait, that's what it was. I thought I was right. I said the stupid, wrong, Stuttering Smitty thing. And they're like, no, that's wrong. And I was all proud. I was like, fuck yeah, I got that shit. And they're like, no, sit down. Oh, man, that was a devastating fucking... when Stuttering Smitty just Yeah, I said the wrong thing, thinking it was the right thing. Obviously, I was super stoked. So I had the wrong answer. Great story, Smitty. Point of the matter is that it's always been there, that fucking blockage. And I was doing that Sunday morning talk practice this past Sunday, and it just fucking... What happens is I lose what I'm thinking in the middle of it, and most of the time I can hear it happening, or hear it when I say hear it. I can feel it happening. I'm like, oh, this is going away. I can't, it's gone. And you're like, man, and especially live on the Sunday morning talk practice, even though there's only like 3 or 4 people watching, you're like, oh my God, I can't remember what I'm saying. This is fucking embarrassing. It's humiliating. I suck at this. Oh my God, it's all in my head as this is going on. So I got into the practice of recording myself when I'm doing the live stream. I don't release the audio for it, so I don't really feel the need to. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to fucking record the audio. Then I can go back and listen. And then like refresh my memory. Then I remember what the fuck I was talking about. It's a really easy thing to do. On this podcast, What the Hell Everything, I just edit it so you don't see the fucking stupid parts, hopefully. That's the goal. If I can get away with not being seen as stupid, that's the ultimate goal. I mean, it's going to leak out. It's going to leak out a little bit. But I'm like, I can edit these parts out. But on the live stream, God, it just hit me. And I was like, I couldn't get it back. I got refreshed, but then I still couldn't remember the ultimate fucking story. And it's just a Smitty thing where it's just like sometimes you're way off in the left field. And you got to be reminded sometime to come back to fucking reality, There's a reason why this podcast is called What the Hell Everything. What the fuck are you talking about? And I like it. I like riffing like this. It's fucking fun. But I want to be able to have somewhat of a discernible conversation. Like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So I want there to be some sort of... Yeah, that's the ultimate goal. I want this podcast to be fun, engaging, informative sometimes. I'm going to be having more guests on. I'm really starting to lean towards more guests. I really want to have more weed advocates on because I've become way into that, man. I am, it took me 30-ish years. It took me a long time to finally realize what the fuck everybody was talking about and just how much help it can do your mental health, not just your physical health, So I'm... going to be having more weed advocates on, friends of mine, people I haven't met yet. I'm looking forward to kind of upping the game on the podcast and more sponsors. People are asking me, hey, are you doing sponsorships? And I'm like, it's been one of those things I'm trying to hold off before I have to take it the full 9. Like there's something about taking it the full 9 with... as a company that I'm like, oh my God, I have so much fear of success. It's fucking weird, man. Just fucking relax, man. Just fucking relax. Smoke some weed and chill the fuck out. I also want to bring the 420 breaks back. I don't know if anybody remember the 420 breaks. Those are fun. When I first started doing the podcast, I always wanted to do a written commentary, and it's just a good way for me to just get whatever dumb thoughts I got out there. I get, this thing in my brain, you got to get it out, and it's a fun thing to do. And it uses weed humor, and I was I did that on the radio for years and years and years. The 420 break. And it was, at the time, it was just some fucking bullshit, weird news of the weird, dumb criminal story or some bullshit, and then I would have some tag, and then the tag on it was, that's your 420 break, eat some Doritos, chill out, and get your ass back to work. So then... when I was doing the radio show, the morning show, not the afternoon show this time, I couldn't do a 420 break because it wasn't at 420 in the morning. And I was just like, oh man, I could do the commentary I've really always kind of wanted to do, and then just turn that into the 420 break. And the tag on the commentary version of the 420 break was, that's 420 break. Now you feel normal. Again, great story, Smitty. It was a good story. Shut the fuck up. It's all diet in my house now. Diet sodas. I don't know how I feel about that. It's been like that for a goddamn couple years now. We just have, I don't drink much soda. Pardon the sneezy. I don't drink much soda. I might drink one every couple days. And diet never really agreed with me before. I mean, there's not great shit in it. I mean, just to be honest. I mean, I don't really know. Watched a couple of those documentaries. I'm like, aspartame's bad for you. Hello. But I can have one or two once in a while. But I did drink way too many of them a long time ago. But I will drink, I can't believe it's all diet. Our whole house, that was the point of that, bringing that up. My brother and I, the whole house is just full of health foods now. I mean, there's all kinds of bad shit, like fucking fuckface Levi just left a giant bowl of fucking Reese's and Kit Kats. Full size. I mean, full size single ones, you know what I mean? But fucking 3 of those single ones equals, 1.5 regular ones. And I'll eat the fuck out of those. There was one day I was really proud of myself. I didn't eat any of these fucking candy bars tonight. But I bet 4 days straight, I fucking just get a handful of them. Put them on a plate, a paper plate, bring them down here in the fucking Smith hole and do work, and sit here and eat these fucking candy bars. Like, you're just like, especially, you get home from work. I get home at 11 most of the time, 10:30, 11 o'clock, closing at the bar. I'm like, I was telling Levi and somebody else the other day this. I'm a fucking person of the night now. I'm a person of the night. Where I go to bed at fucking 2 now. And I was the early motherfucker. I was up at 3:30 to do the morning show every day. Now I'm to bed by, I go till 1 or 2 usually, sometimes midnight. I went to bed at midnight last night. But I'm a fucking person of the night now, man. It's fucking crazy. I don't know how I feel about it. So I do all right all day and then eat those. I mean, it's not Levi's fault, but he knows I'm going to eat them. And I could have this thing called willpower, but some things I suck at still, But here's the thing. I've been so happy. Oh, my God. What's the date today? It's the 9th. We covered this already. The 13th will be my 1 year no smoking anniversary. Holy shit. I don't want to say I almost had a cigarette the other day, but I had one of the strongest urges I've had in a while. It's refreshing, though, when you can knock those urges down quickly. And be like, shut the fuck up, me. What was I telling? I can't remember who I was telling. That sometimes certain people just need to know when to shut the fuck up, and that includes yourself. Sometimes we all just need to shut the fuck up, and whenever I'm done talking on this podcast, I will be shutting the fuck up. But until then, I tell myself to shut the fuck up all the time. You have to. Like, everybody has shitty thoughts, It's just a matter of telling yourself to shut the fuck up. Are you going to feed those thoughts, or are you going to tell yourself to shut the fuck up, Sometimes you just need to tell yourself to shut the fuck up, and other people, because sometimes they fucking deserve it, too. Oh, man, this could have been worse. This story I'm about to tell could have had a way worse outcome. Where I was making chili the other day, and I made a really good chili. I was pretty happy with it. I'm going to eat some after recording this podcast. But Levi has this big bag of guajillo chilies, and I've never heard of or used guajillo chilies before. But I texted him. I said, hey, can I use a couple of those for the chili? And he said, yeah. And I grabbed a couple of them, and I started cutting one up. Now, it's they're dried guajillo chilies, and it's a very tough pepper. It's a very tough chili, It's waxy and tough, and I had cut it open. The knife that I was using, it's sharp, but it's not that sharp. And I was like, you really got to kind of get through this thing, you know? And the peppers, you know, have the seeds in the middle of them. So I text Levi, and I have no fucking patience, apparently. But I text Levi, and I said, hey, should I clean the seeds out of these guajillo chilies to use them in the chili? Because you don't know how spicy it is. Should you get the seeds out? And he said, no, if you're only using a couple of them. And I had only cut up one. But I'd already cleaned at that point. Here comes the no patience part of that story, where I text him and I asked him. But then I proceeded to start cleaning the fucking seeds out until I saw the text, oh, no, you don't need to. And then I stopped. But then the following text came in from him. He said, yeah, there's gloves out in the garage so you can handle when you're using those. And I was just like, oh, shit. I had already handled it all. And then, stupidly, this is another fucking issue for me, brain issue, where I just forgot about that. I forgot about that little tidbit of fucking advice and just proceeded to finish making this fucking chili the entire way through. That was at the very beginning of the cooking stage still. And then I put it in the crock pot. Then I actually made lunch. Just a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And again, hadn't washed my hands. This went on with the thing. It started touching my face. Man, again, this story could have been way worse. Because I was just like, when I got all the way through that food, I was just like, oh, Levi said something about the fucking gloves, and I'm sitting here just touching my face like an asshole. And I was like, all right. And then I had to take a shower. So I jumped in the shower and make sure I got myself all washed. But god damn it, I bet I burnt the shit out of my fingers where I had scraped the seeds out of half of that chili. You know, like when you burn yourself and you put your burn under hot water, it really burns, right? All day. The whole rest of the day, my face, like right where I touched my face, I'm like, man, that could have been way worse. I could have jerked off, you know? I could have rubbed my eye or something. I'm talking about it's no jerk off November. No, I'm just kidding. Forget I said that. I was going to make a joke, but celibacy is no joke. I honestly had the stupidest fucking idea the other day, and I am going to talk about it right now, regardless if it's a good idea or not. I still think it's fucking funny. I had not dated at all. I the last person I broke up with, last ex-girlfriend was, I think, June. Could have been July. Who the fuck knows? It's all a blur. Of last year. So a year and a half solid almost now at this point. And I just said, you know what? I'm fucking over this shit. I'm done for now. I got too much shit to do. I am not, it's too much time. It's too much effort. It's, when I say too much time, too much effort. I'm a very invested person in a relationship. I try to be very proactive. I try to be there. I try to do the things you need to do to make a successful relationship. Try to do those things, you know? But I'm just like, I don't have the time to do those things. I have too much other fucking things that I need to be doing. And that was a big issue with, I think, with the last relationship where I just couldn't be there as much as, you know, I maybe should have been. Couldn't do it. And I just said, you know what? I'm not doing this shit. So it's been a year and a half. And I have friends of mine, they're like, dude, you know, you're going to go out and date? You gotta, you know, you gotta take care of those things. You gotta do some things, you know? So essentially, Smitty, why aren't you fucking, is what my friends are asking me. And I'm just like, dude, I just don't want to fucking deal with it, man. There's too many problems that come with that shit, man. There's too many emotions. I don't want any I don't want any of that stuff. I don't want to have to deal. I just want to deal with the things I want to deal with. That's all I want to deal with. But how invested my friends are in me having sex is hilarious. And it led to this idea, joking around, that we could do a no jerk January. Or it was, I can't remember. Maybe that's the wrong fucking name. Then, you know, you promote it like a Seinfeld bet. That'd be really fucking funny, man. Just to have a bunch of people participate in no jerk January. And, you know, it's a terrible idea. But it could be really fucking funny, man. Sometimes the worst ideas have the funniest shit. What was that Jackass bit? And I had the idea to do a thing with the radio, and it was, my boss almost made it happen with, what did I want to do? Oh, we had done the 22 to none hot wing challenge. That's what it was, where we ate those fucking insanely hot wings for charity for 22 to none to raise money for vets. And we were thinking about how we could up the game for the next one. And you know me, I was just like, you remember the Jackass bit where they had all the guys in the semen clinic, the fertility clinic, and had them all go into the room and jerk off into a cup, and then they would test all their sperm counts. And I thought that was really fucking funny to do. We could have people bet and donate money and based on who you thought would have the most and least high sperm count. And it would be fucking funny. You could do that for charity. And apparently, you know, what do they call those people? People with morals had a problem with that. With that bit. I'm like, what the fuck is that's Men's Health right there, you know? You get some local businesses in on that, you know, your local sperm bank, and see who has the most sperm. Like, that shit's fucking funny to me, man. There was a point to this fucking story. There was a point to this whole story. It doesn't matter. I've just been blathering on way too fucking long, I'm sure. I do want to bring this up because I told him I would, and it is fucking hilarious. Friend Lyle, longtime listener on the radio. His nephew is Michael Stevens, who's also a podcast contributor on Six Packs on Mars, Rock and Roll Roundtable, all-around good dude, meteorologist on 9 and 10, Flakes of Wrath podcast. He's got a new show, too, that's awesome on 9 and 10 about gaming. Is it the 1XP Up or the 1UP XP show? Something like that. I'm pretty sure I got it pretty close to right, Michael. But his uncle's Lyle. Long-time listener. I didn't even really find this out until just a year or two ago that they were uncle and nephew. But Lyle posted this following Facebook post on my Facebook page. I'm going to read it because it has to do with the Detroit Lions. And, you know, I'm pretty vocal on my Detroit Lions hatred. You know, I'm pretty vocal on my... No, I said that wrong. I'm pretty vocal on my Detroit Lions love. I wear it on my sleeve as a pretty crazy, stupid, obsessed fan. And pretty clear on my Aaron Rodgers hatred. I hate that fucking guy a lot. Even more now, because he's just more of a dick. He just is. He's just more of a dick. And I love it when there's any sort of fucking drama with the Packers or Aaron Rodgers or anything. So I want to read Lyle's post on my Facebook page. He said, "This is what will happen in the coming weeks. First, Jordan Love will play incredibly for the Packers today. He'll play so well that the Packers will say the future is now and bench Aaron Rodgers for the kids' youth and Aaron's bad press. Then the Diva will insist on a trade. Finally, again, due to his bad press, the only team that will take him is the Lions. Then finally, Smitty will get to see Mr. Rodgers crushed mercilessly." And that would be the ultimate truth right there. You know, first of all, I think Lyle predicted Jordan Love is going to play out of his mind, and he did not. But that doesn't change the fact that he could very well still just take Aaron Rodgers' job. You know, there's enough bad press with the COVID thing. I don't know anymore. You know, there's quite a few fucking people that are so anti-vax that it's, at this point, enough people I think have just kind of thrown their fucking hands up and said whatever. You know? And because I can tell you, that's kind of, I mean, I'm just like, whatever. But that's the attitude of a lot of people, you know? But that would be exactly how it would fucking go. Is that he'd get traded, and fucking Lions would take Aaron Rodgers. And then he would suck so much. He would get his knee broken in like the second game or something. He would fucking just hate life and just want to get traded again or leave. You know, he would be an asshole. Probably throw a lot of interceptions because that's what happens. 8 of the Lions, and it would make me hate Aaron Rodgers so much fucking more. How can I hate Aaron Rodgers more if he were to come to the Lions and fucking suck? That's how I would hate him more. Yeah, because if you're man. I hate how much optimism I would probably feel if Aaron Rodgers came to the Lions. I would hate it. I would hate how I would feel. That you just can't help. You can't help who you love. You know? You just can't. It's a real thing. And I love the Lions, and I hate Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. I had some guy in the bar the other day, and I said some Aaron Rodgers joke, and it made the whole bar go, oh! There was a diehard Packers fan, and he was like, "Oh, is the Lions fan the team that's 0-7 a guy that's really gonna talk shit?" And I said, "Yeah." All day long, because there's no fucking rational argument that I'm presenting. I'll put that right out front. There's no fucking rational argument at all that I have. It is pure hatred with the Packers. I am so sick and tired of that fucking team and their success and their smarminess from their fans, you know, and all the fucking fans, most of the fans that I've interacted with, including great friends of mine, are so fucking overly nice about it. I just want to be like, you shut the fuck up about these fucking, about the Packers and how well you think the Lions. They try to fucking be like, oh, they try to empathize with a Lions fan, you know? They try to be like, oh, yeah, it would be so nice if your team could do good once in a while. It's like these fucking guys that, you know, I don't want to say what I wanted to say. It's just Packers fans. I hate them. So I don't try to fucking rationalize. Again, my argument is not rational with the fucking Packers. I'm like, nope, I hate your team. I hate them. I hate the fact that your team is good. I want Aaron Rodgers to suck. I root for that team's misery. And that would be the ultimate payback. But that would be the ultimate fucking disgrace if he came to the Lions and sucked. It would really just, yeah. What are the Lions going to do at quarterback? What are the Lions going to do at quarterback? I hope it's not Jared Goff, because goddamn, that guy's pissing me off. It doesn't seem like he really, it doesn't seem like he is a good quarterback really at all. It seemed like he lucked out being in LA. That's what it looks like. How am I letting the bye week bother me? Smitty, you are ranting over on the bye week. You're supposed to relax because they didn't fucking play. They didn't lose, and that's fantastic. All right, I think that's going to wrap up the What the Hell Everything podcast, you guys. I want to thank you for joining me. If you would be so kind to check out the Patreon page, I'm going to have more content going there very, very soon. I am working on upping my game more and more and more. Anytime you get doubts, you got to double down, you know? And the doubts are always creep in. As soon as they creep in, you got to double down and hit them again. And just try harder. I mean, I haven't had any dick punches. I'm not saying that, but I am trying to up my game all the time and upping my my content on the Patreon page. Patreon.com/we3Smiths. And thank you, guys.
So long, sucker.
Good night, everybody!
I am so sorry for everything that has happened.
Neat. Bye-bye.
Yeah, alright, I'll see you guys there. By the bar and get your face, huh? Get me paid, bitch!
Sit, boo-boo, sit. Good dog.
I love y'all very much! Peace out!
Good night, ladies.
What the hell? Everything!